for you. Oh, I came down here to protect you. To protect you.
I don't need protecting. I didn't ask you to do that.
You did everything you could for her. Do anything for her. Protect her.
You can't protect me from this one, big brother.
Just makes sense. I can protect my sister. If you keep this up, I won't be able to protect you.
Thanks for the warning. I need you to know that I finally understand all you did to protect me.
Hey, what the hell are you doing?
Going for a walk?
Enjoy your walk. There you go. Let's go.
You're sleeping? I'm coming too.
No way. Not again.
I'm staying here.
Just stay there. Please get back. Uh-oh. There's nothing I can do.
Don't.
Where do you think you're going?
Don't. No.
Octavia. Is she okay? You okay?
Oh, you aren't.
Oh, it's okay.
See? It's okay.
You okay?
Any word from Bellamy?
Octavia's in town, DC.
I'm not going anywhere without my brother.
She'll have to find a way to live with me.
Jump through. Leave me. I'll find another way.
I'm not going anywhere without you. No way. Not without you. Because I'm not going anywhere.
What the hell are you doing? Saving my brother.
Now I am trying to save you. All of you.
Your plan is to wait.
You can't expect me to stay down here not knowing what happened to my sister.
To hope Bellamy comes to your rescue.
Okay, just stop.
For the glory and grace. Yes.
Say it right. She hates me. Keep coming back from her. What more do I have to do to prove that I am on your side?
This is how it was meant to be.
Side by side.
You and me. Fighting side by side.
Like it was meant to be.
Your sister.
My sister. My sister. My responsibility.
My brother.
Or my sister.
My responsibility.
But you're not my responsibility. Not anymore. Someone's got to keep an eye on you. It's because he loves you. Your brother. You're not a basket case because you are loved. I love you so much.
I love you, big brother.
I love you, big brother. That I love you. I love you too. Couldn't tell her I loved her. Even if I don't want to live it. Trust me, Bellamy. She loves you.
I know you love me too. Bellamy, you hear me?
Anything bad happened to Octavia?
I won't let anything happen to you.
I promise.
Promise.
That's what I said she would do.
I know. You told me that like 1,000 times.
I am sorry. What do you got? Tell her she's lucky to have you as a brother. She's not. I can put her in your heart. After she kills you, before you die, you tell her I was lucky.
Dad. I need you in my life, Belle. You're my rock. Without you as my compass, I was lost.
I'm here now.
Please don't worry about me. You deserve to be happy, brother. I wish I could see your face. Always with Octavia. Come ground, Osanaga.
My brother believed, as you do, that transcendence, whatever that means, is within reach. He died for that belief, and for that, he'll never get there. Never transcend.
Who's ready to cry? Okay, let's bring them out. Bob and Marie, come on out. Let's get the energy up. Bob and Marie. Where would you like to sit? Coming up the stairs like a normal boy? Oh, that's nice. Good boy. Good boy.
Where do you want to sit?
Where do you want to sit?
You sit up there.
Yeah, let's sit up here.
Alright, I think I like those. Yeah, of course I can. I think those like chairs maybe like
you on?
It's not on.
There's a button, buddy. There you go. There you go.
Okay.
Is it?
Yeah, we go. I can hear myself now.
So when you look back on your relationship, I think everyone in this room would tell you that I think Octavia and Bellamy's relationship was beautiful. Obviously had some challenges, but it meant a lot and resonated with so many people. When you had the role, and you both have siblings, did you bring any of your personal experience into this situation? I mean, obviously your personal relationship with your own siblings is not like it was on the show. So, you know, did you bring any personal experience to it when you first started? I mean, it was 13 years ago, I know, 12 years ago.
Yeah. Look, for me, a lot of it, I'm the youngest of four. And so...
Me too.
Oh, really? Yeah. So I definitely channeled my older brother, who I was, you know, for me, always trying to impress or to make sure that, you know, that I was doing the right thing in his eyes. So brought that judgment that my brother gave to me, to Marie. I mean, to Octavia. Oops. So yeah, there's part of that, you know, and it always came from a place of love. So yeah, but I am much more, like in my family dynamic, I'm much more of a Murphy-style human being.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Meaning you're the comic relief.
Yeah. When we do functions and stuff like that at home, like I'm on entertainment.
I feel like Marie, you would be too. You must be the entertainer.
Same. I was the black sheep of my family. I was the only one that left Thunder Ontario, Canada. So yeah, I also have an older brother, so I channeled him before I got the opportunity to work with Bob. And then I fell in love with Bob as my sibling. So I didn't have to channel my brother anymore because Bob became mine.
That's very sweet.
You had 6 years of that. And I think that kind of the bond that you formed off screen really resonated on screen with a lot of people, and like it was very like visceral. And
Yeah.
it must have been challenging your scenes when you actually had to fight each other.
There was one scene in particular where he was chained up and I just had to punch him in the face over and over again, and I felt so bad.
I thought you enjoyed that. You were really into it.
Well, I was being very careful not to actually punch you in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was brutal when I saw it. I was like, wow, that's pretty...
Gnarly,
Yeah.
wild.
And like, you know, when you see the edit and there's just like 8 people standing there being like, be cool, be cool. I'm like, this is hardcore.
Yeah, sibling rivalry at its finest, huh?
Yeah.
Did you ever actually accidentally land any punches or slaps?
No.
Okay.
No.
Ah, good job.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Marie, did you prefer fighting with swords or with your fists?
Swords. Fists are scary because if you land one, you're like, oops.
Yeah.
What about you? Guns, swords, fists?
Look, I preferred fighting like hand-to-hand combat, but like, you know, depending on who you're fighting and stuff like that. But there are, when you're working with someone that you trust and stuff like that, you tag each other every now and then just to kind of be like, hey, I'm here. Yeah. So yeah, it's a part.
There were a lot of safety regulations in place.
Yes.
Yes, there was a lot of safety regulations in place, for sure.
Yeah.
We were all safe.
Absolutely. Well, since we have a limited time here today, what we're going to do is open up to the audience for the rest of the questions. So there's a microphone there if you'd like to ask these two questions about their relationship on screen, off screen, you know, generic questions for Bob and Marie. That microphone is yours. And let's make it in the form of a question, please, not a statement. Thank you.
Yeah, I just want to say something that I'm actually, there's this thing that happens to me maybe like once or twice a year, where I go down this rabbit hole on YouTube of pretending I'm a drummer, and I just get obsessed. Do you ever watch Drummy-O? Have you ever seen that? Where it's like drummers listen to songs that they haven't heard before and then they play the drums to it. It's really sick.
I do that in my living room almost every night.
Yeah.
I just don't record it.
Yeah, but I am like, because you drum, I'm like jealous. And I got Henry some bongos and I pretend that I can play drums, but yeah. I wish that I
Teach you, Bobby.
I don't think you can. I don't think anyone can.
Can you do this?
Oh, here we go.
Can you do that?
That's drumming. What about these ones? Well, we start with
Just those two to start
And
with.
then you deal with the
Guys,
feet.
look, I'm drumming. I can do it.
You can do anything you put in your mind to. That's the coolest thing about Bobby Morley.
Oh, thank you.
That's very cute. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm a drummer.
Sorry, in advance, quick statement, not a question. Love the sibling relationship. Most important thing in my life is my 3 little siblings, so I love that about your relationship in the show. And sorry, Bob, I have a pointed question for Marie about Octavia's relationship with Diozo, which I find to be like a really underrated relationship in the show. And so I wanted to ask, do you find that to be like a mother-daughter relationship between the two of them, or does it feel more like a big sister? And maybe how that plays into the relationship with Hope as well.
Yeah, that's a great question. She definitely felt more of a big sister to me because I hated her guts at first.
Yeah.
Because, you don't hate your parents, ever. Well, debatable. Let's not go there. This isn't a therapy session. It's a convention, people. Okay? But yeah, I consider Dioza an older sister where we had to learn how to kind of co-parent at the same time. And it was a very interesting relationship for me, and I respect her so much as an actress. She's an incredible actress. She did everything pregnant for real in real life. Yeah, she's incredible. So that's a great question, and I hope I answered it for you.
Yeah, no, that's so cool. It kind of comes full circle too with the whole sibling thing. So that's really
Absolutely.
cool. And now that you think of it that way. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have you guys ever taken personality tests to see what character you do?
What character I'd be on the show?
Yeah.
No.
Me neither. Where's the personality test at?
Like BuzzFeed or something.
You can look them up. There's a lot on
I'm too old for that. I didn't even know BuzzFeed was a thing.
Is it still a thing?
I don't think it is anymore, but I'll find a
We're all
link and
showing
send
our
it to
age.
you. Yeah, exactly.
Octavia was like 1,000 people in one body. I think that's plenty.
Thank you.
All right. What would Bob and Marie do as a sibling bonding activity? Not Bellamy and Octavia, but Bob and Marie.
Soccer.
Soccer. You could, yeah, I do love soccer. We went paddle boarding one time.
Yeah.
I reckon, drumming lessons would be one.
I would be happy to teach you, no problem.
Dirt biking. I used to do a bit of dirt biking back on the farm.
Oh, you'd be great at that.
Yeah, I enjoyed
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Fishing maybe? I'd love to go fishing with you and just sit in a boat and chat.
Yeah. I've only.
You didn't fish in Australia? So much
I
water.
have caught 2 fish in my life.
Oh yeah, well that's better than none. It's called fishing, not catching.
One time I caught it in my underwear. It was a tiny fish.
That's like a minnow? You call
It
it
was like a
minnow?
tiny little bit. Like we were playing, just like, we're on the
Did
farm.
you eat it? Did you take it?
No, I didn't even know it was dead by the time I found it.
Oh.
You found a dead fish in your underwear.
Yeah.
I think that's
How old were you?
I think I was maybe like 12 or something.
Well, that counts. Good for you.
And then the other time I cast out, and all my friends are like, we were catching in like rainbow trout. My friend has an 8-acre dam. And I cast out, and they were like, oh, you're stuck in the weeds. And I was like, okay. So I spent like 2 hours just trying to get this fucking line back in.
Yeah.
And they didn't catch anything, but by the time I got mine in, there was actually a fish on it. Yeah.
Yes.
Whole thing for 2 hours.
That's called a happy accident.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah. So I've done some fishing.
Hey, one day before I'm dead, I'd love to go fishing.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that.
Great question. Now do all those things.
But I prefer to go dirt biking.
Yeah, we'll do that.
But I fear big accidents. That seems like a thing.
Well, we put pads on and helmets.
I know.
We pads on most everything.
Yeah. I'll
It's
just get
all
on
good.
like a little 50cc.
No problem.
Yeah, a little baby one.
No, I'll put you in a 175. You'll be fine.
Hi guys, I was just wondering, do you think, not as Octavia and Bellamy, but as yourselves, do you guys think you would survive in this world? And if you would you be leaders like you were in the show?
In the world of the 100?
Yeah.
I think I probably would. Yeah.
I agree with you.
Whether I would lead, that would be more up to other people. But I'd definitely be doing my own thing and doing what I'd be part of the group, but a good leader is a good follower as well, so yeah.
Myself as Marie, I like to be managed. I don't like to lead anything. But Octavia enjoyed eventually learning how to lead. But that took strokes from Adina Porter, of course, who played my Seda, Indra. But yeah, being a leader takes time, and it takes individuals that have patience and enough belief that you have it in you.
Yeah. And even like just leading in this world is pretty tricky. So yeah, it just depends. Yeah.
Good answer, complicated.
This is more of an Octavia question.
Fantastic.
But in the books, the 100 is like loosely based on, it goes like way past what's in the books, but Octavia is queer and has a girlfriend, so like do you think that's something that could be part of her character in the show and we just like didn't get to see?
Do you know how many girls I had sex with in college?
What now?
That's the
No, I don't know.
Okay.
This con is off the rails. Do you think Octavia did have, like, because there was the discussion before we were talking about with Jess, that in the bunker for 6 years, that Octavia and Nyla might have had more than just a friendship?
Absolutely, there was slim pickings in there and
That's
living
true.
in bed.
We're talking about friends with benefits situations, yeah.
Sure.
Some situationships. Yeah, okay, cool.
All right, what is something that you think the person sitting next to each other would be possibly like weirdly good at despite never trying it?
Oh, that's a hard one.
I think Marie's like probably good at a lot of things that I don't know about. But like, if I had to pick something.
Don't say pottery or something.
No, but it wouldn't surprise me, like if you're good at gardening or something like that. Because like the things that come to my mind are things that I think she is good at already, she'd probably be really good at skydiving. I don't know if you'd be good at that, but I could see her doing that, being good at it. Windsurfing, I could see, you're like, yeah, I can do that. All those kind of extreme things, I think Marie has got the gusto for giving a shot. So I think having the guts to do those things kind of makes you good at it. So anything that requires some sort of risk-taking and bravery, I'd say Marie's good at.
Thanks, Bob.
Yeah, maybe like a hidden talent is that I reckon you're probably good at making like sauces. Like a béarnaise sauce.
Have you ever tried apple lemon sauce?
No?
It's great.
Well, there you go. See?
What's in it?
Lemon.
And the rest is a secret.
Lemono means lemon in Greek. So yeah, an apple lemon sauce is basically lots of lemon and I don't even remember. I'd have to look it up. I'd have to call my mother. She's not around at the moment. So yeah.
Yeah, but I reckon you'd be good at that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I know Bobby is good at so many things. Bobby is an incredible soccer player. He's good at all sports. He's good at martial arts. He's a great dad. He's a new dad. So then there's that. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to be a parent yet. So that's like the biggest skill I think anybody can ever have is raising a beautiful little thing, and you're doing a great job, Bobby.
Oh, thank you.
This panel's always so heartwarming. Thank you.
Yeah, don't make me cry. We're not crying right now. Not today.
This is for both of you. Had you originally auditioned for your roles, or did you audition for someone else? And if so, who was it?
I auditioned for Bellamy, and they did ask if I wanted to read for Finn, and I said no. I think, like, no, it was just Bellamy. Like, I was pretty set on Bellamy, like, it's because I knew what Finn was, and I knew that there was like a love triangle, and I went, I don't want to do that. And I kept that mentality for probably too long into the show. Like when that option came up, I said, no, this is the one that I want to do, and that's the only one I'm going to do. It's pretty pig-headed, actually. Looking at it now, like, very stubborn. But I don't see anyone, like, I met a lot of Octavias, and then I didn't meet Octavia until she turned up, so yeah.
That's
Did you audition for Octavia specifically?
Yes.
Did you? I feel like that would have been like, he would have walked in.
You know what I did in my audition? Do you guys want me to show you?
Yes.
This is
You
the
gotta take your
crazy
shoes
story of the way. Here we go. I gotta take them off so I don't break my ankle. So my audition scene was the pilot in 100. And does everybody know what Octavia's first words were? Say it right now, it's 3 words. Okay. We're back, bitches. You wanna know what I did in my audition? I stood up on the chair in the room in front of a bunch of producers and I was nervous as hell. And I just stood up on this shitty chair and I was hoping to God I didn't fall down. And I was like, we're back, bitches! And they hired me.
Thank goodness you did that.
My acting coach didn't even tell me to do that. He thought it would be irresponsible, but I guess
He was wrong.
he was wrong.
Great question.
Hello, this is for the both siblings. What was your hardest show or movie you played in?
The 100. Yeah. I think it was a tough show, and I'm really proud of the show. But it was kind of a baptism by fire. You know, the hours we were working, we were kind of known as one of the hardest shows in Vancouver as well. And since then, and maybe it's just come with age, like I've learned to not make my entire life about work, which is super important. And I think it's something that it does come with age as you go through stuff. You go, oh, this is taking too much from me. And so, yeah, the 100 is the hardest show that I've worked on for me personally, but it's also, you know, one of the most rewarding. And yeah, I don't know if there's a correlation between that, but it's the simple answer is the 100. Yeah.
I agree with Bobby 100%. Yeah, we were shooting 96-hour weeks for 10 years straight. So literally, you're driving home and memorizing your lines for the next day, sometimes in a different language. So that was difficult.
Yeah, and I mean, like just the physicality of it all. Like, and I love doing all the stunts and everything like that, but it's like, you go from doing a really emotional scene to then doing 4 hours of stunt rehearsal, getting beaten up with that, and then going back to set, and then going and doing those stunts for, 14 hours.
In the rain.
And then, yeah, you're back at it. I remember one day where you and I were in the quarry, and we're lying down. It's this whole scene where there's like the army coming in. And
I know exactly what you're
and we're just like
about.
lying there in the freezing cold for 12 hours, just like looking at each other and then whispering lines to each other with our faces in the dirt. It's like, this is
I know, I looked like I had a beard because I put my face in the wet sand and then I lifted up and I literally just let sand. It looked like I had a solid 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah, it was the kind of job where you would turn up, you'd wake up, have a shower, go to work, put on your outfit, and then just dive into the mud. You're like, okay, I'm ready, let's go to work. Pretty hardcore some days. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, great question. Her questions are so hard, I know it's going to be hard.
Hard.
Okay, so someone asked a similar question in the previous panel, but if your characters could come to the real world for one day, what would you do with them before they had to go back to the 100?
Bobby?
Oh, for Bellamy?
Yeah, you had one day with him here.
And I cared about him?
It's up to you.
We'd be doing some serious therapy sessions. Yeah, to talk through trauma with him. And just kind of learning self-help techniques. And then he'd be like, that won't help me. Okay, mate. All right, bye-bye. Good luck.
I would strangle Octavia and be like, are you stupid? What were you thinking?
Which part?
All of it. Like your choices in men, your choices in survival, how you dictate people, like
Yeah.
cannibalism, that was your solution?
You did what?
Yeah, I would have a hard talk with her, and then tell her to go beat it. And also, what Bellamy said, Bobby said, sorry, big brother. I know, this is how tight we are. I'm like, Bob, Bellamy, they both start with B. I would say, yeah, also, touch on his thought, get some therapy.
Yeah.
Like now.
Yeah.
Great question.
Great question.
Thank you.
Your questions are always challenging, good for you.
Yeah, just give him a hug. If he let me. No, I'm fine. I'm good. Oh, but yeah, if you want a hug. There you go, Octavia.
Thank you, Bellamy.
Hi, so I saw Queen of the Ring on Thursday.
Oh, fantastic. I want to see it.
Marie's new movie is called Queen of the Ring.
So I was wondering if Marie could maybe talk a little bit about that and if you think Bob would make a good wrestler.
For sure he would, he's so athletic. Look at him, he's built like a brick shit house. I'm pretty sure we got hired as siblings because we have the same ass. We both have quads. Yeah, sure, I'll talk about Queen of the Ring. Emily Beth Rickards nailed the job as Mildred Burke.
She looks yoked.
She was completely yoked and she prepped for the job. There was
That's
an
hard work.
incredible group of women. We all told the story of deceased women that paved the way, that were renegades for female wrestlers in the 1940s. So it was my first time doing a period piece, first time speaking with an accent. And we all had to go to wrestling school for 3 weeks before we started. And we were taught by real WWE wrestlers that were all very polite, all super sweet and patient with us actors. And it was great. And I played Elvira Snodgrass. And basically, my character used to drive down the street to a wrestling matches, meaning highways, freeways, with a man's cap in the back to make it look like she wasn't traveling alone. And then she was smoking a cigarette with her arm out the window, and she flipped her car and had to sever her own arm off because cell phones didn't exist then for help. And she walked all the way to medical help and then retired from wrestling and then passed away. But I was very proud to play this woman who was very brave and strong, just like Octavia.
I enjoyed the movie. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's in theaters now.
Yeah, it's in theaters right now if you guys want to check it out.
Can I ask, was it odd playing an actual person?
Yes, I had to read a book for the first time in my life about her. Because guess what, guys? I hate reading. I don't like reading scripts. I don't like reading books. I don't like reading music. But I have to do it sometimes. And believe it or not, I graduated TV broadcasting with an honor roll and acting school with an honor roll. But man, did I ever have to fight reading.
Next question.
Hi, so by the end of the show, both of your characters were fluent in Trig, and I just wanted to know if it was really difficult to try to learn a new language, and also, do you guys think you'd be able to speak any today?
No, I can't speak any today. I have one scene of Trig, and
Can you please tell me your dialogue?
no, I can't even remember it. Yeah.
Well, I can tell you something.
Go on.
Your complete all done means your fight is over.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to figure out how to say I love you, but I don't think we ever said I love you ever. Okay, what is it?
I-O-U-N.
Good job. Okay, you should come up here and for me.
No, you had to do so much of it, and
I just made it up half the time because I was like, I felt like Jim Carrey in like the mask. I didn't know what the hell I was saying. I tried my best though.
I kind of liked it that for a couple of seasons Bellamy didn't know it, and so whenever people were talking and speaking Trig in scenes, Bellamy didn't know what was going on, so I could just be like,
You know what? That totally worked for you though, because you'd be like, you know, like it's like when I go home for like Christmas and my whole Greek family like starts talking in Greek and they think I don't know what the hell they're saying, but I just pretend I don't. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm on to you.
Yeah. I read those scripts though, so I knew what was going on. Yeah.
Thank you.
I didn't read them because I don't read.
Hi. If Bellamy and Octavia were in school in college, what would their majors be?
Definitely not physics.
Yeah, I don't know, like, yeah, I don't know what his interests were.
History.
I feel like we'd be like professional athletes.
History. Yeah. Well, I feel like
What's wrong with that?
No, yeah.
We'd go kick butt.
Yeah, no, they were very athletic. But I feel...
Okay, Bobby does like marathons constantly with Eliza. Could we just give them a round of applause? They're athletes, both of them.
That's more like Eliza's thing. I just tag along.
Well, that's called being a good husband.
It's really fun.
Tag along and marathon train.
She's not dragging you behind her on a bobsled.
No.
As someone who's done a marathon, you don't tag along.
Yeah.
That's 26 miles.
No, it's horrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like outside of Bellamy having those, you know, he was given that responsibility of looking after his sister at such a young age. It was really kind of hard to know what his interests were around looking after her and surviving and coming from the Iliad. So yeah, I'd say it's a history thing, military history probably. Yeah.
Excellent, thank you.
Hello. Back then, when you get the script, were you able to share your thoughts about the direction the show was going, or the things, or they were completely closed to this kind of thing? And if they were closed, is there something you wanted to tell but you couldn't about what was going on?
No, you can talk about it. No, look, it's obviously, like when you're in season 1, you are given the character and you learn about the character. We're learning the world just like you guys are when you're watching season 1. Season 2, you feel like there's a connection to your character in season 3 and 4 and so on and so on. So you start to feel some real ownership and you feel like you have a voice on what your character might do. And depending on what kind of, you know, on other shows, there's definitely places where I can step in and say, hey, can we try this, can we do that? It just depends on the type of show that you're on. You know, and there are so many other powers above just the showrunner or the writer's room that are pulling the strings, so to speak. So, yes, you would like to have your voice heard and whatnot, and you can voice it.
Very diplomatic, Bob. Marie?
I always just try to honor whatever the writers write on the page and just do what I'm told. I'm the youngest of 4, and I just don't like getting in trouble.
Yeah, like I kind of come from I come from like co-op theatre, and you know it was all kind of like we work together and collaborate. So it's a different shift in mentality depending on what job you're doing. Some people are open to it, others are not so much. And, yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Great question.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi. So, Bob, are you familiar with the ending?
Vaguely.
And
didn't watch it.
Okay. So
You haven't watched the finale?
No.
You watched the final season?
No.
Okay.
Okay, so my question might be hard for you, but I'll try to give you context. So
Yeah, I just found out that Murphy like gave up his life for 30 minutes with Amore.
He did.
Yeah.
You should watch it.
I know, it's quite painful for me to revisit that place.
See, let's keep in mind this was a decade ago.
No, it's not that long ago.
Okay, so in the end, they achieve transcendence to who knows where next, right? So, but some of them choose to not transcend and to stay with Clark, who doesn't get to transcend.
This is so funny. You're telling me what happens in the
All
show.
right,
Okay.
so
Yeah. Okay.
given
Sounds
that,
cool.
I want to know for you guys, not for your characters, but let's say we all transcend, but someone that you care about does not. Do you choose to transcend or to stay? Knowing that when you're staying and then you're dying and you're done.
I'm super Catholic, so I believe in heaven. So I would want to transcend personally.
Yeah. and it's really whatever Eliza wants to do.
Happy wife, happy life, smart man.
Okay, so if Eliza can't transcend, you're gonna stay.
Yeah.
So,
How romantic is that?
Good job, Bob.
I find that fascinating for everybody. What would you do?
Thank you. Question. Hi, I have two things. First is hearing you talk about the choices Octavia made throughout the show makes me think of some words that my wife said a while ago, which is Octavia can do no wrong. And related to that is my question kind of for you both. I think what made your character so rich was also your sibling relationship. But I also find it really rough after what happened in season 3 with Bellamy's betrayal and Lincoln's death and all that. And then season 5 where Lorena had to make all of these tough choices she was forced to make. And then Bellamy did not forgive her, or it took him a long time. I feel like that betrayal of not understanding where Octavia, like the position she was in, and judging her so harshly was very rough for the sibling relationship. Do you think really Bellamy deserved that forgiveness from Octavia and actually basically begging for that forgiveness in the end?
I think you have to look at the lens in which you look at the show. Lincoln wanted to join the Grounders with Sky Crew. He was fully for it. He was the one that was trying to draw people together. And then it was quite a stark contrast because Octavia did not want to join them together. It's like if you look at that world and you see it in the lens in which you're supposed to, you have to. Like for me as Bellamy, and in terms of storytelling, I'm playing Bellamy's truth, but the lens in which the show is shown through is through, like, originally Clark's view and how we view that world. So, like, let's say for an example, Dr. Singh, I think it is, in Mount Weather, she's the villain of season 2. But if you were in Mount Weather and we're watching it from Mount Weather's perspective, she would be the absolute hero. So, for me, and to hear it as like Bellamy's betrayal, like we're talking about a democratic society, which is what Sky Crew were trying to do, and then you look at the kind of royalty society and bloodline society of the Grounders, which is something, or what the feudal society, that's something that we're kind of against now in this day and age. But the lens in which we're looking at it, it was like the bloodline and the conclave was seen as the thing to do, whereas the democratic voting system where Pike wins by a landslide is like somehow negative. So if you look at it as an absolute organism and a full thing, and you step back from the lens that's been shown to you, then that's how I look at it as a performer. What's real in his world for him, not just what we're being shown. So I find that's what I think is very interesting and complicated about this show. So from Bellamy's perspective, it's not like he should be begging forgiveness from his sister, if that makes sense.
I get what you're saying, but actually what I'm more like feel deeply is that chain scene that you talked about before, where Octavia beats up Bellamy. That was like raw. Like your siblings just literally did the one thing that could hurt you like no other. And from then, he also judges what you do in season 5 when you were just a kid put into a leader and trying to survive, not to let all of these people die. And Bellamy made bad choices too, probably not in his lens, right? But made also bad choices.
Definitely he thought he made some bad choices.
It was so hard.
So did Octavia, 100%.
So hard with Octavia.
Blood Reina made the worst ones.
So hard with Blood Reina, but like I feel like he never really realized that Blood Reina didn't have Bellamy, didn't have an older brother.
And you know what Blood Reina really needed was Bellamy at that time. She needed a brother because her brother always grounded her. Yes, Octavia was trying to be a grounder, but then she lost Lincoln. She didn't have that anymore. But when she lost Lincoln, she also lost her brother because she became something else that she wasn't.
Thank you, great question.
Yeah.
Oh, nice cosplay.
Thank you.
I have two questions. One is that, what is your favorite, both of your favorite, or most impactful, or just any kind of scene that sticks out to you besides the punching him and stuff? But like, what's something that you enjoy playing, or favorite season to play together? And it's broad, it's more broad, but it's still. What's like best times?
For Bellamy and Octavia?
Yes.
I really liked, and it's season 1, but
I already know what you're gonna say.
the dance.
Me too.
It was so cute.
Stole the words out of my mouth.
Yeah, it was so fun on that day for us to be like the junior versions of ourselves, and you were so cute with your little mask. Yeah, it was like the very, possibly the only time that they were happy together. Like,
I think that was the only time they were happy together.
yeah.
And it lasted 5 whole seconds, and then they got arrested.
I know, that was it. Like, and as I've gone along and done different shows, like, and I'm trying to get better at this, but like, trying to not take those emotions home when you feel them. Like when we're doing happy stuff, like I go home and be like, that was a great day, or like the crew's happy because it's like a light-hearted scene, or this, that, and the other. And the 100 was just, it was so tough in that regards. Like there weren't many happy moments. I liked the scene, actually, and another day that I thought was really fun was when you were riding
sitting on the roof?
That was
and
fun,
yeah. Remember, it's in the bloopers.
Yeah, that was cute. And also the day where you were riding the horse and we were driving the car across the field.
That was
you know, when there's like that hope and fun, that was...
So any brief happiness that you guys had together?
Yeah.
That was
Because it was very few and far between, as they say.
Yeah.
Happiness is brief on the 100, we all know that.
Yeah.
But we do enjoy it. And then the second question is cannibalism. I know you don't like it, you don't like it, most people don't like it, but I feel like, because you seem, Marie, that you're very much against her decision to go with that, you know, eat or die. And I want to ask you too, in Bellamy's view, like, what was, both of your characters' view, what should have changed? What actually was the solution with running out of food supplies and not having, I mean, they really...
Resort to cannibalism?
Yeah, what would you prefer to have actually seen, or if you were a leader, or if you came out of the bunker and what
I wouldn't have burned the farm down and left Monty to
that was after that.
Later.
But you know what? They rarely touch on the group as a whole. At the end of that, I think it's season 5 or season 4. Bellamy says, "Hey, why don't we inject ourselves with nightblood and then we can all stay here?" And they all go, "Nah, that won't work."
That was a great idea.
That won't work. And then, oh, it worked, and Clark's still here. And no one went, "Hey, remember you had that idea where we could have..." That would have worked. Clark didn't go, "Hey, that actually worked, Bellamy. You could have stayed. We all could have stayed. We all could have done this." So, it's like, there's your answer.
What about in the bunker, though?
I know, but once you're in the bunker, they just needed a Monty Green. I'm disappointed in his,
But with what they had, you're so firmly against what the decisions that they made, but I just don't see what other options there were with the food supply being in short supply, that they just didn't.
Yeah, that sounds like a quite...
Hello, Clarice, can you hear the lamb screaming in the middle of the night? Like, we went to that place. Like, it was dark.
It was dark.
Thank you. We have 3 minutes because we have a tight schedule with Tassia's last panel, so let's get our questions.
My mom wants to know how the makeup artist got you guys so dirty.
Yeah.
Sorry, how what got so dirty?
How the makeup artist made you guys look like you haven't showered in 6 years.
Well, they would contour my face with fake dirt, so I still looked pretty. And the only thing I was allowed to wear was mascara. And what about you? You didn't need mascara.
No. They would usually collect dirt and soil from the actual place and then just put it on you. Like I said, I would sometimes just turn up and be like, "It's all right, I'll go and do my own dirt today." And I'm not joking.
Sometimes I didn't wash my hair for 3
roll
weeks.
in the mud. Yeah.
Great question, Mom.
Yeah, gross. Good job, Mom.
Hey, Bob. Hey, Maria. How you guys doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Good, thanks. I keep forgetting to talk in the microphone. There we go. But I just want to give a huge thanks to Joe, Bob, Marie, DJ Mike, He left, but everyone else for putting this together. Let's give a big applause because we wouldn't be here right now working with you. Really, big applause. Thank you. Marie, my question's for you. I know you're from Canada. Don't worry, the easy one. I know you're from Canada. Hockey. Who's your go-to hockey club?
Habs.
Habs? Yeah, I agree.
What are you?
But hey, my
Toronto
Bruins.
Maple Leafs fan?
Anyway.
Pittsburgh? That's not Canadian.
No, but I grew up with a Habs father and I had a Habs brother, and just being from Boston, I just hate the Habs.
Okay, well,
I was gonna turn up here in my Canucks jersey. I went, I don't think that's gonna go to play well in Boston. Yeah, I was like, oh.
I would have been like, can I burn that?
Dude, go ahead.
Yeah, honestly, I know. I can't even talk about my Bruins right now, so I got, you know. But that's it.
All right, thank you.
Guys. Thank you so much for everything.
You're welcome, thank you.
All right, last question.
Room's kind of selfish here. Marie, you mentioned like the brother-sister dynamic. How quickly did you guys like settle into that, as well as like your dynamic with the rest of the cast, to be like really comfortable and like?
I became comfortable with Bobby first.
Yeah, we helped each other with tapes during the pilot.
Yeah, we helped each other audition for other things.
Yeah.
We hung out. I would call him because I don't understand sci-fi because I don't read. I'd be like, what does this mean? He wouldn't judge me. He would help me. He would be supportive. He's such a great scene partner and actor. I can't explain it in English, really.
Thank you. Great question.
Thank you.
Thank you, Marie and Bob, for your
Thank you,
panel.
Thank you, guys.
And stick around. We have 15 minutes of Tasya before she literally runs to the airport. So we will literally just do fan questions. So as soon as we know she's ready, roll video, and then if you'd like to actually line up for questions, we'll try and get a few.